Whoops.
The Senior
Well,
Center.
I wonder what. Which is sponsored by Comfort Keepers and Home Care and Santa Clarita Hearing Center. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host
Dr. Gene Dorio.
on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. This is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance one's quality of life. And our in-studio guest this morning is Kevin MacDonald, CEO of the Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center. Not the senior
Yay.
hour, the senior center.
On the Senior Hour, that's right.
Well, it's great
Very
to be with
good,
you,
Barbara.
Dr. Gene and Barbara.
Thank you for being with us. So we have a lot of questions to ask. We had our Independence Day early yesterday, June 15th, and there's now been a change in how we can do things. I watched the Dodger game last night. Didn't go. I watched the Dodger game, and the place was packed, and a lot of people are there finally again enjoying outdoor baseball. But how about indoor senior center, Kevin? When do we anticipate the county, the state, the county, CDC, whoever regulates the senior center, when do we hopefully expect the senior center to be open again?
Well, I think we have to back up a little bit. Yesterday was
Yes.
opening day for the general population. And that's a wonderful thing, and I think everyone was looking forward to June 15th, and as everything opened up and the businesses definitely needed it and things like that, so that's great. As you know, we're serving the most vulnerable population during the pandemic, and that is our seniors. So we're being, more cautious with it. There's a few things rolling out. We're going to take care of our folks, and we're going to let other people open up first. The senior center, I've always said, is not going to be the first place to open because we have to take care of the people and let what I consider the dust settle a little bit as society opens up.
Agreed.
As most people know, Cal OSHA is coming out with the ruling tomorrow, which is Thursday, about what different workplaces will look like. We look forward to them. And I'm sure there'll be confusion with those, as there always are with some announcements and what's allowed and not allowed. And we'll be interpreting them not just from a sense of a typical workplace, but a workplace serving seniors. So we have a nice team together that we're going to be analyzing the different rulings that have come out this week. And how do we keep people safe going forward? And what's it look like when we reopen the senior center to a small scale at first? So you can imagine we're going to open up a little bit at a time. We call it the reimagining committee because when we opened up on opening day, actually the opening day we had 700 people in the ballroom. And we're not going to do that again. That was April 2019. And we can't have 700 people in again, but we know, the people want to get out and they want to see other people and things like that. And we realize the need. So and isolation, as you know, is a big issue with our folks. So we'd love to see them again. So what we're planning to do is our team is meeting and we hope to roll out some classes in July. Limited capacity and by reservation, but that'll be the start of it because our staff is there, ready to serve. So we'll do some classes in July as that opens up. In terms of nutrition and dining, we're kind of waiting for the Department of Public Health and our county partners in this because they will tell us when we're allowed to open up for nutrition. And they're pushing that off probably till August and September, not by our wish, but I'm going to follow their guidelines as we go forward. We've already told them that we are prepared to open up whenever they give us the go-ahead. Again, a limited capacity seating. It won't be the old days of 400 people rushing to the ballroom at 11 a.m., which was fun in its day. But there'll be reservations, and there'll be outside seating and inside seating and things like that. And it'll be more country club-ish than dining hall-ish. And so we're kind of looking forward to reimagining the senior center of the future, looking at it that way. So
It sounds fun. It's something to look forward to. And everyone has to have something to look forward to.
Yes.
Especially as we get older, because our life has gone behind us. We've done all kinds of things. And then we're getting a little bit older and harder to move around. And speaking from experience, I'm not getting any younger, but, it's nice that it's going to be open for our seniors.
Yes.
Because I believe firmly that seniors have a tendency to get depressed more so than most people because of sometimes the situations that they're in, and there's nothing they can do about it, And
And you know,
but let's talk about some fun stuff. You
But
know,
but but I
I've
do want to what you just brought out is the isolation of the seniors during the pandemic for all these months, and we're concerned about them. We're concerned about their mental health, and as many people have already said, mental health challenges going into the future in the next few months and next year are going to be large because people have been at home and they have been isolated. So we have to prepare for that and really prepare for the support that people are going to need. Seniors as well as all age groups, because they're coming out of this, and that maybe yesterday was opening day, but it's opening people's minds and thoughts and emotions of what they've been going through.
Right.
So I think that's a challenge. I was over at the Henry Mayo Hospital this morning with a team, just talking about that and just in general about where do we go from there with mental health needs in the community as we reopen, because it's not just over, it's maybe over physically to some degree, but emotionally we have to look at it as well.
That's very true.
Yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to talk about, meaning that the senior center has to have money to operate
We
other than what you get from the county.
Right.
And so that leads into my next question. What are we doing for a fundraising event?
We're working on, and it's a good point. What are we doing for the fundraising event? And some people are confused how the senior center is funded. A lot of our nutrition programs are partially funded through the County of Los Angeles, their department called WEDAX, and that's a wonderful support we get from the Older Americans Act, and it dribbles down through the county and comes to us. So they help us with the nutrition program, but we still have to match some of that. But the senior center operation in general is not funded by any specific group, except the city helps us out a bit. But we have to, make up a large amount of money just to keep the general senior center operations going and the day-to-day activities going. So
And that's what we're going to talk about.
yes,
isn't
so we
it?
have a great fundraising event. We do it every single year. It's our signature fundraising event called Celebrity Waiter. We usually do it in February or March. We moved it into July to hopefully it would be safer, and our prediction was right. And we're going to have a wonderful outdoor event in the courtyard, all outdoors, an Italian night under the stars. It's called Bella Notte a Bella Vita. So we're looking forward to that. We're trying to sell 25 tables, and we've got a few left. We got about 5 left.
Wow,
And that's it. So
that's wonderful.
it is. We've
It
had some
really
great support. Our
is.
community partners, the businesses have come through and said, I'll get a table and support senior centers. And the nice part about that night, we're honoring our Meals on Wheels drivers, 110 of them who have been doing this since the pandemic began, and they've just been wonderful to us. But we're honoring them that night. They are the true celebrity waiters that night for us.
Yeah.
They are going to be the waiters?
Some of them will be there, yes.
Oh,
yes.
that's
so we
wonderful.
can honor them and thank them and raise a little bit of money on the side to help the senior center keep going, because we got a crazy year ahead of us. And we need, as a private nonprofit, we have to try to make ends meet, and this is our kickoff event for the year, which hopefully will help us out a lot.
That's
And
good.
just
Now,
to
will you
mention-
be able to introduce these gentlemen
And
and
ladies,
talk
yes.
a little bit about what they do?
Yes, absolutely. And that's one of the,
That's
one
what
of
you're
the
going to
highlights
do.
of the
That.
night.
Oh, good. That's good, because that's very important.
But remember, it's an Italian
it's-
night, so you got a wonderful violinist coming in. We have a wonderful opera singer coming in. We're gonna have a hoot and a holler, a good time, safely outside with some cooling fans all over the place, and we're gonna keep people cool with great Italian food, and it's just gonna be a fun night to get together.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. So that's
Yes,
July
yes, yes.
17th. Celebrity Waiter 2021 is July 17th. You can call the Senior Center or check out our website for more details for those few table sponsors that are still left. But we're looking for a little more support.
How many are left? 4, 5?
We got 5 left.
5 left.
But you'll be able to go to the website and still say, I still want to support the Senior Center, and there'll be a Donate Now button on the front of the website if you want to help out.
Now, can you buy a seat?
We're just selling tables right now. If you're interested in a seat, give us a call, and we'll see if there's any reservations left over for the seats.
Okay,
Yes.
that's what I wanted to know.
Yes.
And just to make sure that people understand, Kevin, that the Meals on Wheels drivers are heroes. They have gone out into our community and provided meals, but as well, so many of individuals and volunteers have helped out at the Senior Center, providing in the past year 1 million meals to individuals, seniors, older adults, and those who are disabled in the Santa Clarita and Antelope Valley. 1 million. We're not talking about a few thousand, 100,000. We're talking about the Senior Center, Kevin MacDonald, you and your Senior Center have provided 1 million meals to those in need during this pandemic. That's an astounding number. And people have to really, our community knows and understands the value of the Senior Center, what you have done during this pandemic time. So congratulations for everything you have done during just tough times when we were up against the wall. And we really had nothing, no way of knowing which direction to go, but came through when especially seniors were being threatened and they were the most vulnerable population. You kept moving forward and providing these meals that, no one else would have done that, Kevin. So thank you. Thank you for doing what you're doing. And, we need to continue this by having those participate in Celebrity Waiters. So keep up the good work. It's a tremendous job that all of you have done over there.
Thank you. And I'll share those thoughts with our 85 staff. They work hard every single day. They've come in every day during the pandemic, and 130 volunteers in total. I mean, they believe in our mission. They believe in serving seniors in the Santa Clarita Valley and Antelope Valley, and I'm just so proud of all of them because they stood up to the challenge.
Yes, and it's it's very interesting being a driver for delivering those meals. It really is. I did it. I volunteered many years ago, and it's such fun, really, because the anticipation on the faces of the people we take meals to that's something that will stay with you forever. It really is. I mean, at the window with the curtain pulled aside and just jumping up and down, my meal is coming, my meal is coming. And it was so fun, too, to be able to take it into them and possibly help set it up for them, and chat with them. It's a wonderful volunteer opportunity. It really is.
Yeah, and we're still looking for drivers. And remember, though, when those drivers drop off the meal, even today, they take back information about the people that they're seeing in case they are in crisis or they are in need, and goes back to our social workers. So our social workers, we have a great team, free counseling, free support groups for our seniors. So we're looking out for seniors in need, saying, as you're getting through this pandemic, give us a call. Free counseling at the Senior Center and support groups. Etta Martin runs a great group for us, and Suzanne Nelson's been our leader for 34 years. And they're just there to serve and listen. And they've been making the phone calls out. We need a few more phone calls coming into us saying, let me talk to somebody, and we're there for them.
Yes. And my husband and I were among those who founded the Senior Center up here.
Yes, and we're so fortunate.
Yes.
We're very, very lucky. Thank you for that.
Russ was in the Saugus School District. He was a principal, and he realized that these students of his had parents and grandparents, and it was always grandparents, granddaddy, grandma did this, and they need this, and this. And after a while, we figured, something needs to be done to assist these seniors. Get buses and bring them to the Senior Center where they can have fun and play and talk to one another. And that was the critical thing, that's what was happening, and there was no place for them to go, except maybe if they were in their own residential community, they may have had a place down in the basement to play or something.
But you started it, and look at us 47 years later, we're still kicking.
Isn't it amazing?
It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely amazing. And if you've never been there, I urge you to go there. All of you seniors, it's worth checking out. It really is, because you'll have lots of fun, meet new people, and talk yourself silly.
That's right. And we're still keeping our events going. We just had a great concert this past week by a group of Rolling Stones tribute band, and they came out, Jumpin' Jack Flash. They were fantastic for us. We're going to keep the concerts going. We're booking concerts all the way through December right now.
Oh, that's terrific.
In July 10th, we got B-Tunes coming in. They're a cover band for the Beatles, so we're going to listen to the Beatles songs. And Blythe Burchell puts our programs together. They just won a national award for events for the country, and so they got the Beatles are coming there. We got Doc Rockets. They're coming back. They're a local favorite. They're coming in August. We just booked a tribute band to ABBA in October. So we're rolling it out, and we're going to keep the fun going. And it may even be in our courtyard outside for some of the concerts coming up. So we're looking forward to people getting out of their cars a little bit. And of course, our local bingo continues every month, the second Tuesday of the month, and that's selling out with crowds that are coming out. Doesn't matter how hot it is because they can keep air conditioning in their car, but they're doing the bingo. July 13th is the next bingo. But everything we're doing will just continue as we open up a little bit. So the concerts continue, the comedy nights are going to continue. Everything's just going to continue. We're going to run both programs at the same time through the end of the year at least.
Wow, that's fantastic. You know, I was looking at your beautiful purple shirt. Absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you very much.
What is the reason for wearing a purple shirt?
Well, if you stroll by to see our 85 staff today, they're all in purple because it's World Elder Abuse Week. And we're taking a moment to reflect on elder abuse and making sure people know to call. It's one of our concerns. It's an international concern. But if you see abuse, to report abuse, and let's take care of our seniors as we're going forward, because we need to take a week to recognize that and the impact of it. And there's some good LA County Elder Abuse Hotline is out there. If I can give that phone number out. This week it's 877-477-3646. That's LA County Elder Abuse Hotline. So if you see it, say something. We need to continue to protect all of our seniors from larger things and also from the simple phone scams that go on and things like that. But it takes a moment to reflect, and I'm so pleased that we're recognizing it this week as a major issue.
That's incredible. It really is. Really is. So are you having speakers or
Yeah, we've had a couple.
anything like
Yes, we've
that
had a
at
couple
the
seminars.
center?
They had a wonderful seminar yesterday. We're doing one internally for our staff today to educate all of them what to look for and different things like that. So, yeah, I'm glad the county is recognizing it this week, and we're following along with their leadership. It's really nice.
Yeah, and remember, we all have aging parents and we all have grandparents. And let's make sure they're all taken care of.
Absolutely.
You know, it's so important because a senior may not feel like she's being abused. This gradually happens over time, and it's just to her or him or both. It's just part of life. That's the way it is.
Right.
But that really happens. A lot of family members abuse elders, and it's so sad, because they have given to their family throughout their life.
And we have to recognize, and we send information out to all of our seniors this week through their lunches. So,
Cool.
a good week to pause a little bit. But we also have some good news that's happened last week. We honored, you don't know this, but we honored a family of the year who's been volunteering for the last 15 months. That's a Hartman family. So Jackie Hartman, Tom Hartman, and their daughter Carrie, and they are the family of the year for volunteers.
Oh, that
my
is
goodness.
wonderful.
What a great family. Tom does Meals on Wheels about 2 or 3 times a week, and Jackie's been in the drive-through lunches every day since last March, and Carrie helps out both of them. So Carrie's doing Meals on Wheels, and she's helping out the drive-through. So the Hartman family, we honor them in the spirit of giving and volunteerism, and so we're very, very proud of them.
That's wonderful. And when is that occurring?
They already got their award last
they
week.
did.
Yes,
They did,
we
so
wanted to
that-
take a moment to honor them. And then Kathy Rydal, who's retiring, 32 years of delivering meals.
Yeah.
32 years. And she's moving, and
Wow.
we honored her and said, thank you, Kathy, for 32 years of delivering meals. That's a lot of meals.
That is a lot.
That's a lot of days.
Yes, it's a lot of
Holy
days.
cow.
Talk about a commitment.
Whoa.
Meals on Wheels is not a one-day commitment. It could be
No.
32 years.
And
she did that in honor of her mother. So it rolls in the family
Oh.
because her father told her to give back because they took care of mom and grandma. And that's why Kathy got involved at the beginning. So
That's wonderful. That really is. And it's a lot of hard work driving those vans and the cars. I'm assuming they're all vans at this point.
they're
though,
all
aren't
they're
they?
all cars.
They're all cars.
Yes.
Whoa. Big cars in order to accommodate everything. But that is a very, very wonderful way to give back to the senior center. It really is, And Kevin, it was wonderful having you again.
It's good to be with you both.
Yes.
Thank you, Kevin. Keep up the great work.
Yes, and we're looking forward to the celebrity waiter dinner. Woohoo!
All right, July 17th. We'll see you there.
Yes, absolutely. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS.
This is Jill from the Santa Clarita Grocery, the all-volunteer grocery program serving children, families, and individuals experiencing food insecurities. Since January 2020, Santa Clarita Grocery has distributed 83 tons of fresh groceries to our 4,655 families in the SCV community. Santa Clarita Grocery is a drive-up, drive-through service with physical distancing in place to continue serving our community. If you are in need or looking for a charity to do the most good for our community, please consider partnering with us by donating to Santa Clarita Grocery, one of the most efficient charities in the Santa Clarita Valley. A full 99 cents out of every dollar goes directly back to the community. Santa Clarita Grocery operates on a 1% overhead and is sustained through private donations. Santa Clarita Grocery is at 21176 Center Point Parkway in the Oasis Furniture parking lot. Please visit our website at santaclaritagrocery.org or our Facebook at Santa Clarita Grocery to make a difference in our awesome town community. 425-7575. Be our guest and experience the difference.
My dad is the best plumber ever. Plumbing by Kurt.
It's been quite a few years since I recorded that commercial with my father, and although my voice has changed, one thing hasn't. My dad is still the best plumber ever. Over the years, Plumbing by Kirk has taken care of Santa Clarita and all their plumbing issues, including clogged drains, running toilets, and so much more. Plumbing emergencies? Not a problem. He and his team are a pro at those too. Call now for estimates on new drain installations, old drain replacements, and water heaters. 263-6519 or log on to plumbingbykirk.com. My dad is the best plumber ever.
Aloha, friends! Go check out Honu Coffee, home of the best cold brew coffee. What makes their coffee special is how their organic coffee beans are infused with nitrogen to create a smooth and delicious cup of coffee. You'll also find traditional bold coffees and island-inspired signature drinks. They're the perfect place to catch up with friends or just relax with your favorite cup of joe. Honu Coffee on Lyons and Walnut in Newhall. Stop by and say aloha.
And now for your convenience, a second Honu location at 23502 Lyons Avenue between Peachland and Apple.
If you're in need of physical therapy, check out Focus Physical Therapy. Owner and therapist Adam Laraway has the latest in cutting-edge technology, introducing the Newbie, the ultimate in neuromuscular re-education. The Newbie can help you heal up to 70% faster and was FDA cleared in September 2017. The Newbie uses pulse direct current, which mimics the same neurological signals the brain uses and allows the therapist to identify those signals with 100% accuracy. Newbie can even help improve your sleep while tackling issues with neck, knee, and shoulder pain, sciatica, and arthritis. It can accelerate your fitness progress, which means better results in less sessions. Get stronger quicker. Why not use the same technology that the Dodgers and the LA Clippers use? Focus PT, located on Peachland off Lyons in Newhall. Call 255-4205. Go online at focusphysicaltherapyscv.com.
Consumers Furniture is back open for your business. The safety of our community and our staff, above all, is most important to us. We will provide a safe and clean environment for you to find the perfect piece of furniture for your home. To help you with your purchase, we are offering 25% off your entire order or 24 months same as cash financing. And for our awesome essential workers, we will deliver locally your furniture free of charge. Consumers Furniture is located in the Center Point Shopping Center below Sam's Club and Walmart.
Loss of hearing can affect the quality of life. Santa Clarita Hearing Center can help. They specialize in both preventative hearing loss and corrective measures, including diagnostic tests, new technology hearing aids, cochlear implants, hearing protection, and tinnitus treatment. They can adjust your current hearing aids or fit you for new ones. Santa Clarita Hearing Center also offers sleep molds, swim molds, and musician monitors. Book an appointment today. Log on to santaclaritahearingcenter.com, located on McBean Parkway next to the hospital. That's santaclaritahearingcenter.com.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. And we're now speaking with Myles McNamara of Comfort Keepers in Homecare, one of the Senior Hour sponsors. Hi, Myles. How are you?
I'm well,
Welcome,
guys. Thank you. My favorite time of the month is talking to you guys on the Senior Hour.
Yeah,
Yay, thank you.
I agree. But when are you going to start coming in?
Well, I came in last month, remember? But this month I've got things going, and as I'll talk about in a minute with our taking care of our seniors. This is going to sound silly, but we have dogs and we have two that are puppies. So I'm literally alternating them in and outside to keep them cool and out of the triple digit weather. So I'm just being humanitarian today and working from home and taking care of the dogs and making sure they don't overheat.
Good for you. That's great.
Did you say they were puppies?
Yeah, well, I have 2 adult and 2 puppies, so it's we got a house full. And
yes.
The puppy, I just got to be careful. She's only a few months old, and I just don't want them overheating. So silly maybe, but it's what I want to do.
Good.
And Miles, that applies to the people we care for as well, the older adults in our community, just like you're doing. And I know one of the things that you as well emphasize with many of the seniors we care for is hydration. And today is just a perfect example of those who are at home, even though they might be in air conditioning, maintaining their hydration.
Well, that's exactly, and I had written that down. Of course, you probably read my mind, but yeah, heat/hydration is that, because heat exhaustion can come up on you with very little notice. And we find a lot of times, even when we're in the home with one of our comfort keepers, our seniors they're not ready. They're reticent to turn on their air conditioning because they want to, save some money on the power bill, which I certainly don't blame them. So they might keep it a little warmer in the house than they should, and they don't realize that they're dehydrating and heat exhaustion and, God forbid, heat stroke. It can come from severe dehydration. So it's a huge key that we really emphasize during these dog days of summer, as they call them.
Well, it's also very important because of so many of our seniors have a tendency to sit, watching television now, and sit and sit and sit, and don't think to get up and get a drink of water, and don't think about taking a glass of water and putting it beside you. That doesn't dawn on them to do something like that. So I think that really hinders the possibilities, It really does.
And we always suggest, and obviously, as Dr. Dorio can attest, we always tell our clients to check with their physician or whatever, but there is a minimum amount of water they should be drinking each day. So fill that thing up, and you see people walking around with jugs or whatever of water, but there's a goal. So keep it iced up, keep it next to you, and that's your goal, is to make sure you finish that container, for lack of a better term, throughout the day, to make sure you're staying hydrated, even if you're not thirsty. Because sometimes if you wait till you're thirsty, you've waited a bit too long. So you need to drink water regularly, even if you don't think you're thirsty.
That's right.
And some of our patients, as a physician, I know some of our patients our listeners are on diuretics, water pills, and so now that the temperature has gotten hotter, not only are the medication that they're taking makes them urinate the regular, but sometimes with the heat, you're losing water from your skin as well. So the combination of that could bring you to a level of dehydration that starts to cause symptoms. And those who are listening, especially the caregivers, they might start to see just a slowdown in mental status, a slowdown in physical status. They might start to see a decrease in appetite. They might start to see blood pressure even getting a little bit lower. They might see their weight, and if they weigh themselves every day or at least once a week, that going down. So there are clues that one can look at, that you look at too, Miles. All your caregivers are looking at these factors that help us decide, is there something going on with that individual?
Absolutely, and like I said, it sneaks up on you, and if you wait until you're flushed or too thirsty, you've waited too long. Just drink regularly. Put a timer on your phone or something. Every hour to 2 hour interval, drink a glass of water.
Right.
I take my glass of water with me everywhere I go throughout the house, because I never know when I'm going to get stuck someplace and I think, I got to go back and get my water. I keep it in my hand the whole time. You just need to set it down, when you're not going to be drinking it, and go about your day. But that's what I do because I used to just forget, like we've been talking about, forget to
Right.
drink water. And then all of a sudden I've become absolutely dry and feel horrible. And it's because I haven't had the water. It
But see,
really
that's the
makes a
role.
big difference.
That's the role of Comfort Keepers. That's what Comfort Keepers does. When you have people watching another set of eyes, looking at that individual, it makes a huge difference because a lot of times family members will not notice. Even I, as a doctor doing house calls, I might not notice that one is losing too much water. But when you have individual caregivers coming in from Comfort Keepers, it makes a huge difference. There's all the time I get calls from Comfort Keeper caregivers saying, I think there's a little problem here, and they'll discuss it with me and we'd be able to figure out, maybe it is a problem with hydration. But if not for those other set of eyes, Miles, sometimes these folks end up in the hospital. And we want to try to prevent that, and having caregivers from Comfort Keepers makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. And those extra set of eyes, actually, this might be a jagged segue, but I'm going to do it anyway because I love following Kevin MacDonald from the Senior Center because he always talks about such good things that, I'm usually right on track with is that, the fact that this is Elder Abuse Awareness Month and that extra set of eyes is people need to take a moment, the aging loved ones in their life and whatever, is to really kind of step back. Sometimes we don't see the forest for the trees, but elder abuse comes in a lot of different forms. So I mean, there's financial abuse, there's physical abuse, there's sexual abuse, believe it or not. There's also mental abuse or verbal abuse. So sometimes we have to make note and take action if we witness that. But right now especially with everything being done via Zoom, phone, computer, there's so much financial abuse out there where seniors, if they're not paying attention, they can get to the wrong link or give up some personal information, and all of a sudden, the bank account is affected, and so, and even within family members, there's financial abuse that, if there's maybe a grandson or a sibling or something that has access to grandma's bank account, so these things an extra set of eyes, but take a look around your family and see, and and the most overlooked one is the verbal / mental abuse. When we are just, people are disrespectful and yell, and maybe it's because they don't understand cognitive impairment and they're frustrated, and that maybe the symptoms of Alzheimer's, and they're, our seniors are asking the same question, and people get frustrated and mean and verbally abusive. It's just, and we offer free, not only counseling, but free educational material for adult kids or people who might be dealing with the challenges of a loved one with cognitive impairment, of how to deflect, how to address it, how to communicate better with it, and we always invite our adult children clients that come on in, we've got a shelves full of educational material that helps you understand the disease and understand the communication challenges, and and again, a lot of times you just see this sigh, oh my goodness, that's exactly what's happening. I had no idea and I had no idea I was reacting so inappropriately. That wasn't helping the situation. So the old sayings, we don't know what we don't know, is to educate yourself on whatever the challenges your senior loved one might be facing, so that you can have a better approach to the way that you love them.
And the other thing is things like maybe not hearing the person who's there, and not realizing that maybe I'm getting hard of hearing, and I think that has a lot to do with a decline in a senior, especially if they have caregivers or need caregivers. Lack of hearing is, I think, it's critical.
and that's why it's so important to educate yourself, because a lot of times people jump to conclusions that, dementia setting in. But no, all they needed was a hearing aid, or circling back to our first topic, dehydration can lead to a UTI, which causes confusion and disorientation. And they all, mom's getting forgetful. No, she has a UTI. Get that taken care of. So, just to inform and educate yourself on symptoms and reactions that we should all be aware of.
Absolutely. And, the other thing is, having another set of eyes, having other caregivers watching over our loved ones will allow them to age in place, will allow them to stay in their home, will allow them to have the mental and the physical improvements that maybe a simple hearing aid might provide, but other simple things as well. But aging in place and staying in one's home is the objective here. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to keep people living and having the same quality of life that they've always had. It's not an easy task, but it can be achieved and done. We've seen it, Miles, for you and I have been working together for 20 years now, and we've seen individuals that probably would have ended up in a nursing home not, and actually stay until end of life in their home. Well, how good is that to be able to do that, to achieve that? And we've been a part of that, Miles, in this community.
Right, and that's that saying. It's a term that probably is patented as trademarked. I don't know, but aging in place. I mean, that's so important to, have a plan as our loved ones are aging. And obviously, we've talked about on the show before as far as having that plan. I always repeat, people don't plan to fail. They just fail to plan. So what does that roadmap look for you personally? Everybody has a different story. So if you want to truly age in place in your own home, I mean, some folks, make the decision well before it's necessary that they want to move to an assisted living facility, that cruise ship on land, so to speak. But more often than not, they want to live in their own home and age in place. And there are things that you need to do along that road to make the environment safe to do so, and what's your plan? What does that look like? Because as we know, when folks face the challenge of cognitive impairment, the short-term memory goes before the long-term memory. So if they're in their home of multiple decades and they know where everything is, and they can navigate their home, but if you displace them and put them in a facility or a nursing home, and now they're in, an unfamiliar area, and we've both seen it, and that the deterioration is exponential from that point, where the deterioration, the unhappiness, the loneliness, because, all their memories, all their life has been built in their home. So aging in place has to be approached with a roadmap. How does that look as we mature into those times of change? Things around the house, grab bars, throw rugs, extension cords, senior-friendly appliances. You walk-in tubs. I think Barbara mentioned she got a walk-in tub a while back, and it changed her life darn near.
Oh, yes.
So these are the things that we look at when we do our initial assessment with our clients of the environment that they're living in, and for them to safely and happily age in place. What are the changes that we need to do along that road?
And that's so important because it's safer for seniors to be able to stay in their own home. They're familiar with their area. They know they could probably walk around their own home blindfolded and not get lost or not bump into anything. And that's what's so important about being able to stay at home as you age. It
There's
really
no doubt.
is.
No doubt. In all my years here in Santa Clarita, I've said this before on the air, that I've never had any patient of mine ever say to me, Dr. Dorio, I want to live in a nursing home. Never have I had anybody ever say that. They want to live in their own homes. Family wants them to live in their own homes, but we have to find the ways for them to age in place and stay in their homes. Having extra eyes is one of them. And there are many other things that, of course, that we have implemented to keep them in their homes as well. But having the extra eyes right off the bat with Comfort Keepers has made a huge difference for my patients not ending up in nursing homes.
Right. And what you said is so important as far as, not only the extra set of eyes, but, a lot of times folks, as I said earlier, don't know what they don't know. So they don't know what home care may or may not offer them to age in place more safely and happily. So that's why we offer, if you think that it might be something you'd like to consider, what you'd like to know more about, that's why we offer free in-home assessments. My care manager will come out and sit with the family, explain exactly what it is that we do, to see if that's the right fit for them at this time. And we all know, unfortunately, if a slip and fall results in a broken hip or whatever, then home care is needed. You have to have it before the doctor will discharge you because you can't be home alone. But let's be preventative. Let's talk about it and see how it fits into your aging in place map. And it's free of charge. We just come in, we introduce the concept, because that's why I call my caregivers comfort keepers too, because just the term caregiver can sometimes be frightening that they're losing their independence, and we know our seniors are a proud, independent generation. So, caregiver kind of denotes that, they're losing control. No. We call ourselves personal attendants or even a concierge service because we can come in and our seniors are still the boss. We're just giving them that helping hand that allows them to stay safely in their home. Maybe they need a helping hand to get in and out of the shower safely, to prepare meals, to, medication reminders to make sure they take their medicines on time. Transportation, we can take them to the doctors or on errands or just to go get an ice cream cone if they want to get out of the house. So it's something just to think about on your long-term aging in place plan, and how does home care fit in to make that happen.
But in the next 10 years, I predict, Miles and Barbara, that the number of admissions to nursing homes will diminish significantly. And because of the pioneering and the trailblazing that you and I have done, Miles, and Barbara as well, in terms of aging in place, will make a tremendous difference for those in Santa Clarita who will then age in place, who will not go to a nursing home. This will happen, I predict, because we're all getting on that ship, and all of us are going to cruise in that direction. And it's going to be what we will have to do to sustain our senior population.
That's right.
Right now, the
and
attitude is ship them off to a nursing home.
We have to sail away here and take a break. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS.
If you're in need of physical therapy, check out Focus Physical Therapy. Owner and therapist Adam Laraway has the latest in cutting-edge technology, introducing the Newbie, the ultimate in neuromuscular re-education. The Newbie can help you heal up to 70% faster and was FDA cleared in September 2017. The Newbie uses pulse direct current, which mimics the same neurological signals the brain uses and allows the therapist to identify those signals with 100% accuracy. Newbie can even help improve your sleep while tackling issues with neck, knee, and shoulder pain, sciatica, and arthritis. It can accelerate your fitness progress, which means better results in less sessions. Get stronger quicker. Why not use the same technology that the Dodgers and the LA Clippers use? Focus PT, located on Peachland off Lyons in Newhall. Call 255-4205. Go online at focusphysicaltherapyscv.com.
This is my town. This is my town.
This is my town.
This is our town. Hey, Santa Clarita, this is our town, and we're protecting our home and environment by recycling bottles and cans. It makes a difference here and here.
Take your bottles and cans to a redemption center or toss them in your recycling bin. Visit greensantaclarita.com for more information. This message is from Cal Recycling, the city of Santa Clarita.
Discover the memory care your loved one deserves at Oakmont of Valencia. Oakmont's brand new luxury senior living community in Santa Clarita. Oakmont's innovative memory care program features stimulating and engaging activities in a soothing environment, as well as compassionate professional care delivered in the privacy of the residents' apartment homes. With 2 gorgeous outdoor courtyards, as well as an on-site movie theater, residents will enjoy a life full of vitality, dignity, and purpose. For more information, visit oakmontofvalencia.com.
We salute our veterans who sacrifice for our freedom. Every week, we share an inspirational story of a local veteran on our Hometown Heroes page at hometownstation.com. Thanks to our good friends at Eternal Valley.
I'm Richard Nunnally, General Manager of Eternal Valley Memorial Park and Mortuary. We believe taking care of each other is what community is all about. We're proud to bring you the stories of our hometown heroes.
Eternal Valley, life well celebrated.
Visit hometownstation.com, sponsored by Eternal Valley.
It's like no other station I've ever listened to. It's great.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. And we're speaking with Myles McNamara of Comfort Keepers in Home Care. Am I getting older? I'm slurring my words.
But Myles,
Myles, one of the things I also wanted to mention is seeing young people now, or as you get in middle age, start planning for your demise, in activities and that kind of thing. I invested in long-term care insurance, much against Russ's wishes, but I went ahead and did it because I had heard about how helpful it was as you get older and need something, and that insurance covered 2/3 of Russ's in-home care. And
right, and again, it's that entire, like we talked about earlier, aging in place roadmap. What does that look like? And long-term care is absolutely an important element to that because, as we were talking off air, I mean, we need to get some legislation going that because home care right now is so preventative and such a benefit to our seniors, but it's private pay unless you have long-term care insurance. So we need to get Medicare and Medi-Cal to step up and pay for home care for our seniors because it'll prevent a lot of things that are preventable, like slip and falls and mismanagement of meds and stuff. And before we run out of time, I mentioned it off air. I just wanted to just throw it out there to thank the community and the fact that this month marks the 20th year anniversary of Comfort Keepers in Home Care, helping to keep seniors safely in their homes. We opened our doors in 2001. And I have to step away for a quick second, guys. I'm going to step away for a quick second. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
And, one of the things that, Barbara, that, I've continued to mention is the role that Comfort Keepers has been playing, not just in our community, but how they have elicited and helped caregivers and family members learn how to deal with their loved ones. It is not an easy task being a caregiver.
Hi, guys. I'm back. I'm so sorry.
Great. So we were talking about your role for your 20th anniversary and the role that Comfort Keepers has played in the community with families and caregivers to help them be better caregivers to their loved ones. And that all came through you, Myles.
Yeah, and it's just interesting to be able to make a living and help people the way we do, and it's gratifying. It was a jagged segue for me. I came from the entertainment industry. In 2001, I walked away from it to open my doors for Comfort Keepers and haven't looked back. And the amazing people I've met, the amazing people we've been able to help. And even to one last quick plug for the Senior Center's upcoming Celebrity Waiter Dinner, such an important function for our Senior Center. And I'm proud to say that even though we can't physically be there, we're actually sponsoring and buying the table for those heroes that they're honoring at that event. So that's Comfort Keepers is sponsoring that. So it's just been a blessing to be part of the community, to keep our seniors in their home, and to be that asset. So I'm really proud and thankful to the community, and it's here's to 20 more.
Yeah, and if anybody needs to get a hold of you, Myles, what's your number again?
We've been on Lyons Avenue the entire 20 years. It's 661-287-4200, 287-4200, or you can go to comfortkeepers.com to find out a little bit more and give us a call. Free assessment, free evaluation.
And I know you will be around for another 20 years. There's no doubt about that, Miles. Thank you so much. We are sponsored by Comfort Keepers in Home Care and Santa Clarita Hearing Center. Listen to us next week on the Senior Hour. Now go on and enhance your quality of life.